stay away from that child. You don't know what that is, so stay away. So vituka hizo.
So the stigma begins there.
Yeah.
But I'm like, so childhood, I understand. I think I understand the mix of childhood because watu wengi pia ni wa innocent, saa zingine hawajui na wanasikia ama nini naambiwa. But now teenagehood, that's now where all the fun begins for everybody. You know. So how different was teenagehood now?
For me, it was kind of hard and at the same time fun.
Okay. Let's start with the fun.
The fun part is when I was in class 8 is when I came to terms in accepting who I am.
We, nakaa vizuri? Sawa. Sing for sound. Hiyo ndo intro. Sawa. Yo, Julie. Wagwan.
So umenzema wagwan.
Nikisema wagwan unasema tu wagwan.
Aya,
watagwan. So just to give context, so Julie is a social change driver. Hata usipoelewa ni nini, ni unakubali tu. You've research. You know, and of course an ambassador for good vibes, and I'm honored you accepted to come kick it with me. Unakaa vizuri sana. What are you wearing?
Asante, yeah.
What are you wearing?
Is
this like a Kenyan brands?
Actually, it is.
Yeah.
It's a friend of mine. She has her own collections.
Yeah.
Called Highly Collections. And
so what is from there? This thing. Ikitu netangaje? This yellow thing. Oh, it's not yellow.
Imekufurahisha.
Yeah, imenifurahisha sana. I think because napendanga colors.
So it's just basically ni nguo tu.
Yeah. So
then to explain aje, it's just a piece of cloth and
me asking you the same question nikwambia na explain aje.
Sawa wewe. You can see you're wearing designers. You start explaining for details.
Designers akikomba zuko zinaweza. So I'm very interested and very keen to discuss with you the whole idea of self-acceptance and purpose in life. And I'm happy we can use your story as an example. So someone wondering what's her story. Hata mi story yangu sijaisema. Mi uliza tu wasema swali, you know. But where does this begin for you? Because there's a thing about purpose in life. Unajua saa zingine mtu kuuliza unajua purpose yako ya maisha. Inakuanga light question ile ya kawaida tu. Some people say they do. Some I don't know if some mimi I'm still figuring it out, but at least it's a bit shaped out. So mu feel kuna vitu in life zukupatia purpose. You know, and then sometimes what you choose to do with that is now what makes the difference. So where does it begin for you? You know, because I know we are going to definitely use vitiligo. We're going to talk about vitiligo a lot, which is something I've been interested in since I met you. So where does it start for you? Like at childhood, late in life?
Okay, my journey started when I was young. But me coming to a realization of my purpose came like 5 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What is your purpose?
For me, I know it's to build people who are feeling like they're not worth it in this world and have no purpose in this world. Like a source of encouragement to boost up people.
Yeah.
Sana positivity. For me,
good
it's
vibes ambassador. Yeah. So but wewe una na ile unajua ile ngoma ya Wizkid inaitwa Bad Energy Stay Far Away. Nilijua ni mtu wa club. So
hapo siwezi
sherehe lazima. Tuko Nairobi. Then nani Mviri will be very disappointed akisikia tupige sherehe. So do you remember how old you were when you realized what vitiligo is and you actually have vitiligo?
Can I just start from
Please,
the beginning?
The
beginning is...
There was a word.
I'm not the one who discovered I have vitiligo. It's my mom.
Got you.
Through hospitals and all that. Because I was only 1.5 years old when it started. But me coming to know about what I have was later on when I was around 8-9 years is when I came to understand. 5 years is when I saw that I'm different. When I was in school, when everybody used to poke at me, is when I'd see I'm different, but I wouldn't understand what was going on. So at the age of 8-9 is when the doctor explained to me in a much broader way. Yeah.
And so when you discovered that you're different, did it change your childhood?
Yeah, actually, yeah. Because at that time, basically no one wanted to be my friend.
Oh, wow.
So that was something that disturbed me very much. So when I go home, I'm asking mom, mtoto hataki kuniongelesha. Kwa nini? Huyu alinifanyia hivi. I used to always complain until a certain time nikasema this is life, tuendelee.
Oh, wow. Do you think kids thought maybe vitiligo was contagious?
Yeah, some.
So they shy away?
Basically not the kids.
Yeah.
Basically, I think it's the parents. Because the kid will come, or the kid will come and then they think I've applied something. Umepaka nini? So, hata mimi nipake. Hiyo curiosity ya watoto. Because at that time they were my fingertips. So, walikuwa nini unapakanga huko? Unapaka Cutex huko kwa nini? Na mbona ikai same? Part of at that age.
At that age, yeah.
Ilikuwa already shafika kwa fingertips. So, walikuwa washinda nini napaka. And that was like the visible part, and then under my eyelids and my lips. So, and upper kwa nose and the ears. The rest of the part I was just stuck. But now they were wondering what I'm applying.
Yeah.
So they'll go and tell the parents, and the parents will be like, stay away from that child, you don't know what that is, so stay away. So vituka hizo.
So the stigma begins there.
Yeah.
But I'm like, so childhood, I understand. I think I understand the mix of childhood, because watu wengi pia ni wa innocent, saa zingine hawajui na wanasikia ama nini naambiwa. But now teenagehood, that's now where all the fun begins for everybody. You know. So how different was teenagehood now?
For me it was kind of hard and at the same time fun.
Okay. Let's start with the fun.
The fun part is when I was in class 8 is when I came to terms in accepting who I am. Basically as a child. Niliona, this is how I'll be for the rest of my life, so I'd rather start defending myself. And since nilikuwa ule mtu ya picked on every time kwa chuo, ndo hapo nilistopisha bullying. Nilistopisha na fight. Nilifunga chuo nikifight. Kuna dem nilifight na yeye.
Manguno.
Physical. Kama kuna wasichana bado nakumbukanga kulikuwa hizi fights za closing day.
Of course, nafunga na wewe.
Nafunga na
wewe. Hey.
So niliagree kufunga na mtu mmoja.
Na kama imeanza mtu anakuambia wewe nafunga na wewe.
So nilifunganga na mmoja na kutoka hapo.
Alikuchapa ama ulimchapa?
Mimi ndo nilimchapa. Kuwin fight ilinipatia confidence. Sasa kutoka hapo nikaanza wasi wakachanga kuni tease wasi wakaanza kuback off.
Walikuwa wanajua wewe atakupiga. Wewe hatujuange kuna nini atakupiga.
So after that kaingia high school. Kaingia high school kuna ile kubuliwa ukiwa form 1. Hiyo ni inakuwa kama kawaida kama dawa. So to me nilichukulia vitiligo to my advantage. Nikamwambia wase ni contagious. So kuna mtu angeguza ningeacha hapo bucket na ipata hapo. Niacha hapo nguo yangu imeandikwa tu Julie, no one will touch it.
Wow. So you actually used that to your advantage.
Niliamua hivyo.
Uliamua au mafala jua juu acha ni wabibu fani.
Si ndio?
But on the flip side, you were defending yourself.
I was defending myself because I had already gotten tired of being bullied throughout primary. Yeah. So now going to high school again, I go through that. I was like, So I said that, but eventually walikuja tu kujua si contagious. Okay. That is after a year. Sasa nilikuwa form 2. Sasa hapo.
Already ushajua system iko aje. But were you like the only kid, like say primary school and high school? Were there other people who had vitiligo? Or were you?
I was only.
Even in high school?
Even in high school.
Jeez. So now we've hanged out kidogo. Unajua, you know the kind of jokes I like to make. So ikifika sector sasa ya wavulana. Now when the body starts to demand. You know it's just it's weird. Kwa sababu there's this innocence in you and then suddenly unaanza kushindwa okay. Naanza kitambo nilikuwa natoa hawa vijana walikuwa tu vijana mabeste zangu. Siku hizi nikiwaona naona more than that. So was it different for you kukatiwa like
sasa nitakwambia mimi nikiwa mtoi nilikuwa tomboy.
Ulikuwa tomboy?
Nilikuwa tomboy. So my boys ndo walikuwa mabest.
Ulikuwa mbwegze before Mbogi Genje.
So basically nilikuwa zoea ku hang out na my boys, and which my mom alikuwa anashinda tu akicomplain. Mbona kila time? Mbona una mabest madem? Mimi namwambia azi. Mimi nishazoea ku chill, and it's because I was raised with my brothers, my younger bros. So I was used to clicking with boys. Madem nilikuwa tunaona tu nisumbua. Tangu tu nikiwa mtoi. Nina madrama mingi zenye sikuwa naelewa. So crew hiyo time sasa nitakwambiaje. Nilikuwa napenda nikiwa high school.
Hiyo face ya kukatia ile.
Yeah, najua nikiwa high school.
Hapo ndio
nilikuwa nachezanga handball sana na nilikuwa goalkeeper. And it was one of my favorite games. So hiyo kukunja sura ilianzia hapo. So tukienda games na nini, chali yake nilikuwa unapproachable unfortunately. Nilikuwa nishaeka sura ya kazi juu najaribu kujidefend, jistaki kuulizwa nini liko happen here. But yes, kulikuwa na chali wawili wenye walinikatia nikiwa high school.
Kuingia box.
Sikuingia vile. Unfortunately nilitikia makadi na maleta.
Mtaguzisha tu.
Hakuna kuguzisha. Hakuna kuguzisha. Hiyo ilikuwa tu ku hang out. Siwezi sema hivyo because basically I think after high school ndo nilichange sasa. Yeah.
Got you. But I understand the necessity that comes with unajua coping mechanisms. Unajua saa zingine unasoma rada unajua hapa to look out for myself itabidi nika hivi. And you can even be a different persona if need be, but just to protect yourself. Sorry, I've missed my beauty sleep. So
yeah, sorry. Hey.
So jeez, acha nikunywa maji nakwanga na ujinga. So now we are done with there's you've mentioned some things in passing that I think maybe we should address and not just let it slide. And it's the stigma that comes with quote unquote being different. And being different does not necessarily mean being different just means, like generally kama out of 10 kama wasewa 8 wako hivi, hao wawili wanakuwa perceived different. Kama village yangu when I was growing up, ungekuwa na dread kama hivi, walikuwa na assume huyu ni msewa wa bangi. And bangi ilikuwa na bad notion. Yani wakisema msewa bangi inamaanisha msewa mechizi. Unaweza pata a madman in the streets, someone who needs help because they have an illness, they have a condition. Unaona? So instead ya wasaidiwe wanasemanga huyu ni bangi alivuta zikaruka. Ama alirogwa, ama alikuwa cast. And it's just the ignorance that comes with not understanding that some people are that this is real life and this is a condition and someone needs help. Sometimes they need help and they can't say, So the stigma that comes with with the condition you have is now maybe something I'd like for us to discuss. For someone else who's maybe akona self-esteem issues, or even for someone like me when I don't I don't have vitiligo, but I know people who have vitiligo, or I'm going to be involved with people who have vitiligo, So the stigma that comes with that, and the last time we met at uko kwa ile mall lingine huko, I remember you telling me how it's hard to get employment.
Yep, it is. Hiyo stigma manzeni ni ngumu. I always like putting it this way. Imagine every day ukitoka kwa nyumba, how many people you're going to meet during the day. Kuna ule ata smile na wewe, kuna mwenye atashtuka na wewe, kuna mwenye kuna different reactions because people see things differently. Sasa hiyo stigma na mates zinakujia hapo. Kuna wenye wamelelewa wanajua hii ni curse, hii ni laana. Kuna mwenye atakwambia sijui mamako aliruka urine ya twins mahali hapo. Kuna mwenye alisema sijui ash, sijui ati mamako alikula ash mingi.
Yeah.
Ukiwa kwa tumbo yake.
Yeah. Alikuwa na crevash.
As in there are so many things people say, but to me it's kind of very big when it comes to psychologically, because how you perceive yourself really matters. Ukitoka nje upatane na mtu, tuseme you're having a dull day. Tuseme tu ukitoka kwa hao ulikuwa tu na siku mbaya. Alafu ende upatane na mavitu zingine mbaya. How do you think you'll be by the end of that day? I think you'll be very worn out now, you feel utaki life, yani umechoka. Kwa sababu umetoka, yeah. And then upatana na mtu atakuita, atakutusi kwa barabara. Wewe ulichomeka, maana mwingine akuta wa macolors, mwingine akuta, yani majina ni mingi sana kaza kuitwa. Kuna wale, like an instance I can give you, the time I went to hata nisiseme ni wapi.
Sema. Usiayo baba.
Nisingililio na wasewa hiyo side.
Watu sikia mimi personally nita assign mabare. Wase nitakuwa natembea nikiwapatia mabare. Okay.
So the time I went to niseme tu Mlolongo kwa streets.
Kwa kina Tafari.
Unfortunately. So I'm going to see my sister because she was living there. So ile sister yangu unajua hajizoea. Hiyo venye watu wanashinda wamelizubaia. As in attention yote iko kwangu. So yeye hajizoea. So there's just a crazy mama wa soko alianza tu kubonga. Akaanza kusema, wewe aliiba bwana wenyewe akamwagilia acid. That was the first time I saw the reaction of my sister. Aligeuka akamwambia aliiba wako ndio unafungwa mdomo kuongea.
Napenda energy kama hiyo.
So unaona kila mtu kuna venye anaiperceive. But sasa mwenye ako nayo anafilaje?
100%.
So ukionesha tuseme this person has gone through all that and then akosa kupatana na any positivity anywhere.
Kila time it's like what you just said, they're getting picked on.
The person just goes down to a point and there's no need of living. I'm saying this out of the cases of suicide that have come up with Vitiligo because of all that we've gone through. And the worst part is that most of them are teenagers. Naona hiyo story yenye unaniambia ya kwa chuo. Kila mtu ako na boyfriend. Mumeenda hangi, mumeenda sijui hizi outing zote. Wewe ndo ukatiwe. Wewe ndo umekaa hapo solo. Hakuna mtu anataka kukaribia. Alafu uende home maybe. Your parents don't even understand what this is. And they're not giving you that moral support to make you strong. And then you go to school, you're being bullied. All that put together.
That's a lot. That's a lot. Especially if you don't have the right system around you and the people around you don't show you as much love as they should, or maybe just make you even comfortable, you know, like
they see you as an outcast.
Yeah, they just treat you different. Yeah. And instead of because when people start to treat you different, then you start to feel like you don't belong, and your sense of not belonging, I know that can do a lot to someone, especially as a kid.
Yeah. It pushes someone to another level.
Yeah, but I'm like, because I was really curious, because what I see, from what I think is there's not enough information. That's why there's a lot of ignorance that is flying around about vitiligo.
Yeah.
And the problem is sometimes people just don't want to do the work. So because of these perceptions, the ignorance, unapata now what it does is it continues to build and contribute on the stigma. Mpaka nikajiuliza, why is there so much ignorance around vitiligo? So I was curious to just find out, what maybe science or research is doing. And I was surprised to find out that there is very little funding that goes towards vitiligo and research. And that also just informs you that that's why there's so much ignorance flying around, because not so much is being done about it, you know.
I can actually say it's 2 years. 2 years ago is when vitiligo was considered as a disability. It was never even seen even as a disability. To them...
That's in Kenya now?
In Kenya, it's just a year. Actually, last year is when they started seeing us as people, is when you're being told to go and get cards. That's last year.
What do those cards allow you to get?
Basically, there's school. If you want to, yeah.
On a card?
Yeah. Unaenda tu una apply and if you're legit, juu kuna wenye wanakuja tu kufake.
Anajipaka vitu.
If you're legit, basically the funding will come through for you. Which that is a part for the government, which you at least naweza sema wametry kusaidia hapo na kutupatia sunscreen. The sunscreen part, they have at least been giving out that. As much as there's a lot of research that needs to be done on vitiligo because they're different. For me, I talk about it in a different way. For me, I see it in an art form, and still medically, I feel it should be seen that way. Because of the different types of vitiligo which are there. Because what medication I can take is not what another person has can itamwakia.
Oh, really?
Yep.
So, kunywa maji, as you tell me about hizo vitu za medication, you know, why, one, begin with why you need medication, and two, what sort of medication you take and what it does to the body. Then even just what you need to apply, you know, because of UV, definitely because of the sun. Because kama mimi, I need to apply sunscreen, and ni kawaida tu, just because of, you know, we are tuko along the equator.
We are sorry.
Yeah, so yeah, please, medication, and then we'll talk about
basically medication I don't like advising people on medication. I'm sorry. I accepted myself the way I was.
Gotcha.
I'm saying this because basically when I was a child, for the last 10 years, tangu nipatikana na vitiligo, ilikuwa day in day out on meds.
Meds za kufanya nini?
Nirudishe melanin kala yangu.
Haya. That's an actual thing?
Yes.
Does it work?
Thing. For some people it does. But it's an autoimmune disease. So definitely it might come back to you.
Apology, autoimmune ni nini? Niko serious. Si ni kweli? Autoimmune, yes.
As in iko kwa damu. It's in the blood. So it's something that can pop up anytime. So kwanza tuanzie, anajua vitiligo ni nini?
Kumbe tumepeleka watu mbali. Yeah. Please. I would love for you to just pick it from there.
Vitiligo is basically lack of melanin, as in the cells that make your skin color dark, melanin, is what we lack. So biologically, the antibodies.
Usiogope, tumesoma. Usiogope. You can use antibodies on this side.
The antibodies kind of fight. They fight your melanin cells, thinking that it's a virus. That's weakening hizo spots. Gotcha. So ukipata a white spot, ndio ni white spot, but si kaya mzungu. Unfortunately, it's even whiter than a mzungu.
What?
Yeah, because I'm saying this because also the white people have vitiligo. Yeah.
So mamaliza ku explain? Oh, sasa, now that you are explaining what vitiligo is at this stage of the conversation, please help me differentiate vitiligo and albinism. Sababu rika elewi.
So, vitiligo inakuanga 50-50. As in, this can come back. Your full color can come back.
Okay.
Albinism, it's for life. Ulizaliwa hivyo. You're born with it. This, you're not born with it. This comes. Kuna wenye kumekuwa na few cases recently, people wanazaliwa na vitiligo. But majority, it comes at any age, at any stage of life. Hata unaweza kukoshosho ama guka na ikuanzia.
Is it a genetic thing?
Yeah. Recently, yeah.
Recently.
Before tulikuwa tuna doubt, but now I'm saying it's something, it's a trend. Yeah, we can see patterns.
You can see the trend.
Yeah.
So ordinarily, do you need to apply like sunscreen? Yeah. Is there like special ointments that you need to apply?
Sunscreen is a must. Sunscreen is a must, especially because of the sun rays. Your UV, it will lead to skin cancer. So if you don't apply, uchome, and later on it will become skin cancer.
And sunscreen is expensive.
Yeah, I know it's expensive.
So, because I was really asking myself one thing. The more I kept reading about it, and the more I kept thinking about what this conversation is going to be like, I kept asking myself, you know, what can we do? How can we be involved? Sababu, if someone needs sunscreen every day, and Google says there's around 70 million people who have vitiligo in the world. 70 million. That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
tuko Kenya, we know what the situation in Kenya is. You know, government just never cares. Straight up, they never care. So for people, I know there's many people maybe in the hood, in the villages, who do not have access to sunscreen, or they just can't afford it, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe how can we get involved? Because I know you're involved in a way or two. Maybe something you can speak about.
Yeah.
And the, you know, social change and the things you're trying to do out there.
Yeah.
But how can we get involved?
Basically, media. For me, I was feeling, okay, pia mashinani hakuna media. Lakini kuna konga na hizi stories za campaign, ma roll call. Yani, you just go out, give out a word. If you know someone who has vitiligo, utokeleze coming to county. That's creating awareness, basically. The old school way. Because even if tunaingia the new era, watu wa mashinani hawajui new era.
Yeah, access.
Na kuwafikia itakuwa shida. Not everybody has a phone, not everybody has a TV.
Yeah.
So word of mouth. Ndio inakuanga basically
major. The best way.
Yeah, and sunscreen, yes, inapeanwa na government, but it's not enough.
How
if they can go to any government level 5 hospital, wanaweza pewa sunscreen. But
free?
You have, yeah, for free. But
as
have
frequent as you want?
No.
How often?
You have to have a card. That's the unfortunate thing.
A card?
Yes.
Nani anapata hizi card? Najua si chief. Ma chief skills ufanya nini? Tuangalie later. Nani upata?
Card unapata kwa National Council. National Council of Disability. That's where you get the card. And as a PW.
And they in Nairobi ama uko mashinani? Kwetu nikienda nitawapata hawa se. Mimi naishi mbali, si jokes. Nitawaget.
I'm 50-50, but 50-50. I don't think so. But any health hospital you should be able to access, but a government hospital, not a private hospital.
Not a private sunscreen.
But also I know there are places that you can't get, like Garissa, like hizo places farthest. It's hard to get.
Inakuanga imekasirika all through. So are there like community-based organizations that you know that you know that someone can approach if they want to help in any way?
Yeah, I can start with mine.
Ongea juu hiyo.
So
actually nimeacha kuuliza maswali. Wewe ndio unaongea sasa.
So basically mine is it's NATO Royal Patches Foundation.
Royal Patches?
Yes.
Patches?
Yes.
I see what you did there.
So patches, I'm talking about vitiligo.
I know.
And to me they are royal because I believe it puts you're unique in your own way. So it become royalty considering our color for people living with vitiligo is purple.
Is purple?
Yes.
Wait. When you say your color is purple, I do. But when you say your color is purple, what are you saying?
The same way AIDS, red, the color that symbolizes.
Oh, me, I was like your colors as the individuals, not like as the. Okay, got you. Yeah. So purple is for vitiligo. I didn't know that. You learn something every day.
Yeah.
I'm buying more purple clothes.
So, from what I perceive vitiligo as is art, for me.
Got you.
Because of the patterns that I have.
Beauty, art.
Yeah, art. And I'm saying this because every year I see a different pattern in my. It changes. Yes, that's another story.
You showed me pictures. I need you to, please don't forget to explain this. But you showed me pictures from different years and you look different.
Yes.
Like your face looks different.
Every year. So, so for me, I took it as art. And when I'm saying that, because there are different types of vitiligo, for me, I say there's acrofacial vitiligo. This is what affects the face, the hands, and the legs. Huku kwingine uko sawa. But huku kwingine you're white, totally white. Only those parts. And then now there's what I have is called vulgaris. Vulgaris is scattered patterns all over the body. There's didn't see when you're unaniangalia.
All over the body. I was like, huh? Okay. Yeah. So all over the body. You mean like for you now, even your vagina?
Yes. Moving on.
That's dope. That's fire. Fire, baby.
So,
Mbongo ni wewe.
so there's and then there's wow, even I'm supposed to say. There's now semi-vitiligo, which affects one side of the body. It either chooses the right side
Or your left
or
side.
the left side, and it's totally this side.
Mm.
You find someone this side, yani ni kama mask.
Nika tu mtama.
Yeah.
Shit.
But
Ushaona
it's
msee hivyo?
actually
Real life.
let me not talk.
Yeah.
But my secretary in Royal Patches is like that. He's a guy. He's called Tom. So he has one
Shout out
side.
Tom, yeah.
Yeah, one side is white and the other one is dark.
Damn.
It's actually very interesting.
It is very interesting.
Yeah, most people call him Two-Face. So that's his nickname.
I was in Makali. Wordplay Two-Face.
Two-Face. So yeah, and then there's now universal vitiligo, which starts as a small spot and then spreads. It goes all the stages to the last stage where you become fully white.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what do you do in your organization? Royal
Basically,
Patches?
I try to show people how to accept themselves, as in to bring them out, to accept this is how they are, and to give them a booster.
Like, and just for them to know it's okay to...
It's okay to be like this, and it's
yeah.
beautiful to be like this.
There you go.
Don't feel bad that you're like this.
Yeah.
Instead, embrace it. Feel like you're the uniquest person around you. Don't let anyone put you down because of how you look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it looks like it's about to rain, but I'm pretty much comfortable with where we are so far. Please let guys know how they can get in touch with you if they need to help in any way.
Yeah. So they can reach out on all social media platforms through Royal Patches Foundation. Yeah, in Instagram, or you can reach out to me, Julie Nasuju.
Directly on Instagram.
Yeah.
So we are going to do something else. There's this show called Undefined. I've curated a set of questions for you. I'd like for you to demystify some things around vitiligo so that we can package it separately for guys to find that. But thank you so much for coming. Najua mimi natamani tuendelee kuongea, but this is just the first. We'll do more. Sindio, we'll do more in different forums. I also want to say that I'm going to do all that I can do to support Royal Patches. Niko na gang ya wase wengi. We will I want to be more involved in whichever way. Sasa tumeanza kuongea, please feel free to reach out, let me know nini. But I want to be involved in whichever way, and I know we'll figure that out off camera. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you too.
Appreciate it.